In the year 2013, there was a quiet rupture in the architecture of American power, a rupture that began with a man who walked out of an NSA facility carrying files and into a hotel in Hong Kong carrying secrets. That man was Edward Snowden, then a 29-year-old contractor working for Booz Allen Hamilton on behalf of the National Security Agency. What followed was a globe-spanning drama: secret court orders, classified programs with names like PRISM, XKeyscore, and Boundless Informant, stunned allies, and a debate over national security and democratic oversight that would not fade. The context: 2 decades after 9/11, the United States had rebuilt its intelligence apparatus into a sprawling system designed to intercept the communications of terrorists and foreign threats. New authorities, the Patriot Act, Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, plus technical access to undersea fiber and data centers, gave agencies unprecedented reach. Most of that reach was hidden behind closed doors and a foreign intelligence court that operated in secret. Snowden's disclosures, delivered to journalists Laura Poitras and Glenn Greenwald and published by The Guardian and The Washington Post in June 2013, peeled back that secrecy. The documents showed how the NSA had been gathering not just the content of suspected foreigners' communications, but also vast metadata, phone logs, connection records on millions of ordinary Americans. They revealed PRISM, a program that used U.S. court orders to collect user data from major tech companies; XKeyscore, a system that let analysts query nearly anything a user did on the internet; and Boundless Informant, a tool that mapped the agency's global collection. Allies learned that their leaders' communications had been swept up. Governments around the world reacted with outrage. The drama intensified when Snowden went public. He had fled to Hong Kong, then attempted to travel onward. His passport was revoked by the U.S., and he became stranded in Moscow's airport transit zone before receiving temporary asylum in Russia. The U.S. charged him under the Espionage Act. Supporters called him a whistleblower who had sparked necessary democratic debate. Critics called him a traitor who had damaged intelligence capabilities and national security. At the heart of the controversy was a different kind of conspiracy, not of lurid cloak-and-dagger plotting, but of legal and institutional secrecy. The NSA had relied on secret interpretations of law, closed rulings from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, and voluntary cooperation from private companies to build a surveillance architecture that the American public had not authorized. When the secret orders were revealed, it became clear that oversight mechanisms had not kept pace with technology. Oversight existed, but it was compacted into classified briefings and ex parte court proceedings that citizens could not see or contest. That revelation created immediate political and legal tension. Intelligence officials insisted the programs were vital to prevent attacks and were conducted under legal authority. Civil libertarians, tech companies, and many lawmakers argued that mass collection violated constitutional protections and democratic norms. Internationally, the documents damaged trust between allies and prompted diplomatic friction. Germany and Brazil demanded answers after learning their citizens and leaders had been monitored. Practical change followed. Public outrage and congressional hearings produced legislative reform. The USA Freedom Act of 2015 ended the NSA's bulk collection of domestic telephone metadata and introduced new transparency measures and limits on data retention. Tech companies pushed for encryption and stronger legal safeguards. Courts and some agencies declassified parts of the secret legal reasoning that had justified surveillance, at least partially opening the previously sealed record. But the questions remained. Did Snowden's disclosures forever change the balance of security and liberty, or simply force intelligence agencies to adapt under new scrutiny? Did the public gain lasting transparency, or did secrecy reassert itself behind different statutes and systems? Snowden's personal fate, living in exile, wanted in the United States, embodied the unresolved moral calculus. The 2013 leaks did more than expose programs. They exposed an institutional logic. When technology outpaces law and when oversight is secret, democratic consent can become a casualty. The episode forced a continent and a country to reckon with what surveillance means in the digital age, who decides its limits, and how secrecy can become its own kind of power.
Today, years after those files first crossed a hotel room table, the debate that Snowden ignited continues to shape law, technology, and public life across North America and beyond.